In today's video, we're checking out the iFLYTEK AINOTE A2. This tablet is really interesting, at least from what I've seen so far. It's got e-ink display, packed full of AI features. It's going to be super useful when it comes to studying, meetings, translation. I'm not going to make a long intro, just going to get straight into this. And we'll also be checking out this protective case that we get. So let's start off by actually unboxing these quickly and seeing what we get. I was really interested in seeing how a device like this performs. I had a Kindle reader maybe about 6-7 years ago, and that was primarily for reading books. That's all it could do at the time. It was the next best thing to actually reading a physical book, but I mean, this is obviously on a whole different level. So we have the A2 at the top. We get this kind of paper sleeve at the bottom, kind of giving you instructions, friendly reminders of what not to do, what to do. So you don't damage the tablet. Put that to the side. We get a little card to download the Transparency app. We get a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. Then we got some quick instructions to kind of get up and running with it, what it's capable of, charging or things like that. And then this is the stylus pen, which is a electromagnetic pen. So it's going to have magnetic attachment to the tablet. Slide that out of there. Got a little sticker, says wobble at the end is for eraser, so it has an eraser function at the top. So no batteries in this pen itself. This runs electromagnetically, so the tip obviously works with the display. Got a little function button on the top here, a little wobble, but that's obviously for the eraser, but feels nice in the hand, I have to say. Quite light as well, not too heavy. And then we'll quickly check out the protective case. Lift it up. We got a thing, just instructions on how to insert the protective case into the latch. So we have a pen clip inside here, and that will sit on the outside. Nice material, I have to say. Quite soft, kind of, it's not microfiber, but it's a soft material inside. We've got the latches here, iFLYTEK logo on the bottom left. Seems like a sturdy, kind of rough material on the outside, but doesn't actually feel rough. Nice in the hand. Camera cutout at the back there, and yep, there's some magnetic attachments there. So let me just hook that into there. And then you can kind of hear an audible click when it locks in. And then, yep, smart cover kind of will lock the screen and then present the password screen when you unlock it. But yeah, nice little protective case for it. You still have access to all the buttons and ports, which are many on the top here. Now, let's jump in and see how this tablet actually performs. We'll cover everything when we say in depth. Let's see tech for what it is and jump in to see what the A2 is all about. Let's take a quick look at the design and build of the A2. Up front, you've got an 8.2-inch HD e-ink display with a nice matte finish, no glare, no reflections, just that paper-like look. And right above it, there's a grill that is housing the speaker and a full microphone precision array, which is perfect for clear voice pickup during meetings or recordings. Down at the bottom of the screen is the quick bar, and it's always there, ready to go. With just a swipe, you can pull up the AI chat, flip through pages instantly, or jump straight into taking a quick note. It's one of those small touches that makes that whole experience feel more faster and intuitive. Up top to the left, we have the USB-C 3.0 port with a charging indicator light which turns red when charging and green when fully charged, and a power button which is also a fingerprint reader. Then pretty much the rest of the device doesn't have anything else going on apart from the two holes on the left side for attaching and locking into the protective case, which we saw earlier. The A2 features an all-metal unibody design which immediately gives it a premium feel in the hand. Only color available is grey. It's solid, well built, and just has that sense of quality you expect from a flagship device, something that really stands out when you pick it up. We have the 5-megapixel dock scan camera along with an LED flashlight. The thinness here at 5mm really adds to making it feel so much more premium and portable. It's about the thickness of 5 credit cards, on par with the Magic V5 and even slightly thinner than the iPhone Air. And that thinness really speaks volumes about portability. You can toss it into a bag without adding any bulk. In fact, it even fits in my cargo bottoms. Sure, the pockets are on the bigger side here, but still, being able to slide a full tablet in there just makes it feel way more versatile and easy to take anywhere. It's one of those things that makes you want to actually use it more because it never really feels like a hassle to bring along. Laying it flat to use, no wobbling or rocking at all. Maybe the tiniest little bit on the bottom left, but perfectly usable when it's flat on a table. The pen attaches magnetically to the side here, and it seems like it's strong enough connection. Giving it a little shake, it's popped off. So yeah, it'll come off if you shake it hard enough, but for the most part it's nice and strong. And you also have the option to stick it in the loop of the case, which will be a much more secure way to store it. So far I'm really liking this tablet. especially with that case. It makes you feel all sophisticated. But let's move on to the display and check that out in a bit more detail. The first thing you notice about the AINOTE A2 is this gorgeous display. It's an 8.2-inch HD e-ink screen, and at 293 ppi the text and images are super sharp and crisp. It genuinely feels like you're looking at ink on a page. Honestly, e-ink technology never ceases to amaze me. Of course, this is a grayscale display, so it's all about that black and white experience, but the lighting controls are fantastic. What really stands out is the matte finish. There's practically no glare, no distracting reflections at all. You have 16 levels of brightness to play with, and they've included some great presets like low light for reading at night, dark for maximum contrast, super comfortable on the eyes, which makes it perfect for long study or work sessions. What I really love is the ability to adjust the color temperature, so you can go from a cooler, almost blue light all the way down to a warm, cozy amber, and it's all about finding that perfect tone for your eyes. Let's just tweak this a bit here. Yeah, that feels so much better. And just writing on this screen is the closest feel to writing on paper I've experienced on an electronic device. In bright lighting, this thing is excellent. Classic e-ink behavior. Even outside on a sunny day, it stays perfectly readable. If you stick it right under direct blazing sunlight, you'll struggle a bit. But honestly, what screen looks good when the sun's trying to roast it? Let's take a look at what functionalities are available on a device like this. We have our Wi-Fi connections supporting Wi-Fi 6 along with Bluetooth 5.0 for connecting your headphones. And if you need to project the screen, you can do so with Miracast. You can pick from various lock screen wallpapers. This bird one looks nice. Pick that. And you can also assign a signature that displays on the lock screen too. And you have various gestures such as swiping down from the top right to access control panel, or swiping from the bottom up to access multitasking, and a 3-finger swipe down to take a screenshot. And for the quick mark, you can swipe to open up Quick Note. Nice and handy. Or swiping in from the left will open up the LLM chat function, which is essentially ChatGPT integrated into the device, ready to answer any questions or queries that you have. For security, we have the usual password lock, and we also have a fingerprint reader on the lock button. Really good to see that. Straightforward setup. You have to kind of get your finger on there properly in order for it to register, but when it works well. And then from here, you've got the standard user agreement and privacy policy to look over. You know the drill, all the essential fine print. In the about section, we can see the device storage, which is 32 gigabytes, and then there's various other information about the device itself. So one of the main highlights of the A2 and a really impressive feature here is the built-in recording function, which you can use in all kinds of scenarios. For example, I'm going to simulate a meeting and let the tablet capture everything in real time. Perfect for lectures, brainstorming sessions, or even interviews.
Apologies for absence. Oh, and before I forget, Frank Lyons is running a bit late. He texted me this morning. And Gary Cope and Carl Madden emailed apologies. Anyone else?
Joy Ballon-Weezy can't make it. She's struggling with some personal issues. I think she's got some sort of foot thing that she's got.
Oh, thank you.
Where's Clive?
Well, next item on the agenda, I'd like Lucy to talk us through her thoughts on this.
Yeah, well, there's been actually a problem with car parking, ever since Orchard and Shipman moved into the new offices at the back. And we knew this was going to happen eventually, but,
You can also take notes whilst recording. There's also a multiplayer mode, which is still being optimized, but it's designed to recognize different people speaking and label them as separate speakers. In my testing, it actually did a pretty good job of telling voices apart, which is super handy if you're reviewing a meeting later and want to know who said what.
Frank Lyons is running a bit late. Texted me this morning.
Oh, and Janet Bowers is off sick as well.
Oh, that's a surprise. To tell you the truth, I forgot what you looked like.
And I'm delighted to announce we have a new team member with us and specialist minute taker. So for the benefit of the new addition to the team, shall we all introduce ourselves and what we get up to?
Steps about how this should be done.
Once the meeting's over, you can go back and view the full transcript. And here's the clever part. You can tap on any section of the text and it will jump straight to that moment in the audio.
Shall we all introduce ourselves and what we get up to?
Especially with some of our new products coming on board.
And if you were jotting down notes while recording, you can tap on your note and the audio instantly plays back to the exact point you wrote it. That is seriously impressive.
Who is our speaker, but is it a lecture? So they are feeling the telling. It's spreading like fire in Africa. So they are feeling the telling. It's spreading like fire in Africa. So they are feeding the telling.
You can also edit the transcript text if need be, and then hitting the summary button will let ChatGPT take all the transcript and present a summary of the meeting broken down into bullet points. That right there is a game changer, super useful if you want a condensed and concise version of any meeting or whatever you have recorded created for you. You can also add translation mode to specify from 7 different languages to be translated, and these can be used to live translate into whichever language you would like, as shown here.
Oui, il y a de la confiture de fraises et de la confiture de pommes. J'ai aussi un pot de miel, si tu veux.
And then you can export the whole thing as a web, Word, PDF or recording file via email or as a document. And as I do that, it creates a Word document which you can edit and mark up further or export off the device for use elsewhere. The A2 is packed with different features primarily based around note-taking, recording and AI-enhanced assets, but you do also have the option to install apps. In the application section, you have more apps with a limited list of different, mainly reading apps like Kindle, for example. You can, however, also access the Google Play Store, but before doing so, you have to enable and then sign into your Google account. You then register the device, and then you get this message that says you need to restart the device to register and can take from 30 minutes to a few days. In my case, after restarting the A2, I had access straight away, so that was really good. And from there, you can get access to the Google Play Store. Now, you need to be smart about what you download. An e-ink display isn't built for fast-moving content. If you try to run an app like Netflix, for example, you'll get the audio just fine, but the video will be a series of choppy, static images. The display simply can't keep up with the refresh rate needed for video or gaming, for example. But for reading apps like Kindle, this is exactly what the device is made for. You're getting that amazing e-reader experience, literally the next best thing to reading a physical book. I think this device might actually get me back into reading again. Now let's check out what the note-taking capabilities are like on the A2. Just hit write and you can start off by naming the note itself. I just absolutely love writing on this thing. It's so satisfying. You have various pen tools you can pick from, like pencil, this kind of brush, and the pressure sensitivity lets you draw thin faint lines or thick heavy lines depending on how much pressure you apply. You can adjust the stroke thickness from thin to quite thick, and also the size of the eraser, so you can really dial into exact writing style you want here. Super neat. The lasso function lets you select text and use that text to trigger the chat function, or you have neat actions like drawing a circle next to text which will add that item to a to-do list, or you can draw a star to assign it to a priority list, and then these are found in the schedule section under the respective heading, ready for you to take action and mark as complete when you need to. Super intuitive functionality there. The OCR or optical character recognition will convert your handwritten notes into digital text. In this example, I jotted down a few notes and it's done a really solid job of converting my handwriting into clean editable text. That means I can easily drop it into a more formal document or email without having to retype everything. A super handy feature if you want your notes to look more polished and professional. And then you have various templates you can pick from, like planners, documents, analysis, and many more. Latency of the pen, as you've already seen, is actually really good for an e-ink display. As you can see in this slow down footage, the line trails very close to the pen itself, so writing really does feel close to natural as possible, it seems. So far, an excellent experience on here, I have to say. E-ink has come a long way, and iFLYTEK have done an amazing job here to create a device that mimics writing on paper to this extent. Let's take a look at the chat function. You can pull it up anytime with a swipe on the quick bar, and it basically gives you ChatGPT right on the tablet. It works just like you'd expect, though it does take a while to generate as it types out the answer letter by letter, so you need to have a bit of patience. Once it's finished, you can copy whatever is generated and drop it straight into your text note, which is super handy if you want to keep that info for later or amend it further. Transferring or adding documents to the A2 is refreshingly simple. There are a few ways to do it, but my favorite is the import function. You can use either Wi-Fi or a USB connection. With Wi-Fi import, you just type a quick address into your browser and a super simple interface pops up showing all the files on your device. From there, you just drag or select what you want to add, and then a few seconds later, done. When you go back to the A2 and exit the import screen, your files are right there, ready to use. And just a quick showcase of the speaker capabilities of the A2 itself, just so you get an idea. The speaker here is designed for mainly vocals, but we'll have a listen to some of different things so you get an idea of what's actually possible.
Morty's mind blowers?
Grandpa, is this a scenario 3?
What's that? And who are you?
Oh man, it's a scenario 4.
The A2 organizes everything into distinct sections. It starts with notes, your central hub for jotting down ideas, and then moves on to schedule, which is essentially your integrated calendar. The to-do list pulls all your tasks into one neat view, and you can set deadlines or reminders so nothing sneaks past you, and when you finish something you get to tick it off right here. Honestly, that little check mark is weirdly satisfying, like a tiny dopamine hit every time you get something done. Focus Star would have your items marked set with the star for priority, and then a weekly breakdown of all items that are due. Reading has your bookshelf with imported books or PDFs, and Office Center will house your Word documents, and we can see the meeting transcription we exported earlier here. You can also assign a network disk such as OneDrive to access your files, and that requires you to sign in to do so. And internal shared memory will show you all the folders on the device with like PDF, Word documents, and anything else you may have organized accordingly. We have a global search to allocate documents really quickly, and a simple matter of entering a search term. I'll try template, and yep, my stylus template pops up. You can also sign in to your email account and then compose and send email directly from the device itself. So really good to have that built into the device, and it makes it just that bit more useful to really have all options available to manage files and emails in one place. So after using the AINOTE Air 2, I think it's clear who this is for. If you take lots of notes, attend meetings or lectures, or need to capture spoken content, this is one of the best tools out there. The transcription works really well. You can tap in any note to jump straight to that moment in audio, and the AI chat and translation features are genuinely useful. The Google Play Store is available too. You just have to register once to enable it, which makes it far more versatile. The 32GB storage is the main limitation though, and with recordings taking up space, you'll definitely need to offload older files if you want to keep using it long term. The battery life on here has been quite good. I've managed to get 3-4 days with the brightness set to quite low. Obviously if you turn the brightness up, then the battery will drain faster, but you can easily get a week or even more out of this with using it on a regular basis. It's a black and white display, but that's intentional. It's a distraction-free device designed for focus, not Netflix. For students, writers and professionals, this is one of the best e-ink devices that you can get right now. Anyway, that's my review. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.